you all would probably know, Hughie Fury is now set in line for the IBF Eliminator against KUBRAT PULEV. Initially, Jarrell Miller was supposed to take this fight against Hughie Fury. Jarrell Miller was supposed to take the fight against KUBRAT PULEV, but has chosen not to take the decision to fight in Bulgaria, even though I believe it was for $500,000. But his promoter, I believe is Salita, said something about not taking the fight because they did not fancy having to travel to Bulgaria, as Miller has a good base here in the States, and also Miller would probably be looking to go the WBA route and fight the winner between Frezequendo and Mano Shah for the WBA regular title. So that there leaves the spot open for Hughie Fury for the IBF Eliminator. I believe Povetkin is also in line there, but obviously with Povetkin having to fight Joshua for the WBA mandatory position, and also Dillian Whyte also Dillian Whyte choosing to go with Joseph Parker, I believe July 28th. So that opens the door for Hughie. Now, with Hughie Fury hasn't really come out and said anything. I believe Peter Fury did say something here. It says, watch the son demolish Sam Sexton in 5 rounds, which is a pretty decent fight, but Sam Sexton is washed up and over the hill. Can't really says basically Peter just says much better power performance this time. About the win, Hughie did what he intended to do, not making his mistake of relying on the judges. So yeah, it just goes on about what he thinks about Hughie's performances, and they're willing to go the mandatory route. Now, this fight against Pulev, where do I think the fight would take place? I think the Furies do have a way of attracting and bringing the fight over to the UK. Now, if you guys remember, they were supposed to have the fight against Joseph Parker in New Zealand, but for some reason they were able to call that off and also bring the fight to the UK. Now, do you think they might be able to do that? Do you think they'll be able to attract Pulev's team over to the UK and maybe have the fight in Manchester or maybe in the O2 or something like that? So that's definitely something that would be interesting to see. Now, how do you fancy Hughie Fury's chance against KUBRAT PULEV? I think that would be a very good fight. I did say it's going to be more of like a boxing fight. Both fighters don't really have much of power punching. Pulev does pack a punch a lot more than Fury does. So it will be really interesting to see. Fury does move a lot, but you know, what do you call it? Pulev does have that European style, the lean back, you know, pulling with the jab, while Fury is more of like the mover. He just flicks out the jab out of nowhere. So it'll be a really interesting fight to see. I would say I fancy Pulev to win. But then again, Pulev hasn't really been active lately, so it's kind of a hit and miss. But I'm excited for Fury. I'm excited to see him get back in the ring and see, you know, fight someone that's credible. Except from Parker on his record, he hasn't really got any significant fights really. So this would definitely be a good step up for him. Is he going to take the fight, or is he going to go the same route that Jarrell Miller and Dillian Whyte went? And you know what? If everyone keeps avoiding this fight against Pulev, who's going to take the fight? Because it seems like no one wants to go to Bulgaria. But we're waiting to hear back from them. Hopefully they're able to negotiate something and we're able to get this fight. Make sure you guys let me know what you think in the comment section about this fight. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think Fury is going to win? Do you think Pulev is going to win? Do you think it's going to be on knockout, or it's going to be on points? And yeah, where do you think the fight is going to be? I personally think the fight will do better numbers in the UK. Pulev doesn't really have a big name in the UK, but Fury does. So they might be able to attract some sort of juice there with the Fury name. But yeah, it's definitely a good fight. It's a good fight for boxing. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. It's MC Boxing. I'm out.